Deuteronomy in 5 minutes. Today, we survey the Book of Deuteronomy, the fifth book of Moses, and the last book of the Pentateuch, the epic farewell speech from Moses to Israel. Let's unlock the wisdom in these last words. First, we have the historical review in chapters 1 to 4. Moses recounts Israel's journey and reminds them of their past failures and God's faithfulness. Israel's failure at Kadesh Barnea, recounted in both Numbers 13:14 and Deuteronomy 1:19-46. Kadesh Barnea was a significant oasis and encampment for the Israelites during their wilderness journey, located on the southern border of Canaan, where important events like the sending of spies, the rebellion, and Moses striking the rock took place. 10 spies discouraged the people, while Joshua and Caleb trusted God, recorded in Deuteronomy 1:22-25. Rebellion caused them to be sentenced to wander the desert for 40 years. He urges Israel to obey God's law, warning against idolatry. Moving on, chapters 5 through 26, Moses focuses on reaffirmation of the law. Moses repeats key laws given at Mount Sinai and explains their importance for the next generation. He repeats the 10 Commandments and emphasizes the importance of keeping the Sabbath. The command to keep the Sabbath is linked to remembering their slavery in Egypt before the Exodus, found in Deuteronomy 5:15. The Shema, found in chapter 6, contains the greatest commandment, 6 verses 4 through 9. The Shema, "Hear, O Israel," is a call to love God fully. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and strength. Deuteronomy 6:5. This passage later becomes central in Jewish worship and is quoted by Jesus in Matthew 22:37. Powerful stuff, right? Warnings against idolatry are echoed throughout. Remember the golden calf incident? Moses recalled it. And you have read this in Exodus 32, and again in Deuteronomy 9:7-21. Moses reminds them of their worst rebellion, worshiping the golden calf at Mount Sinai. What made matters worse is that they were supposed to be worshiping the one true God, but they didn't. Not only that, but they also forgot everything they learned from Moses. If it weren't for Moses stepping in and interceding, the whole incident would have been disastrous. But he did intervene, and that saved the entire situation. God even forgave them, but that doesn't mean they can continue on as if this never happened. Justice, leadership, and worship laws, tithing and social assistance. Deuteronomy 14:28, 29, 15, 7, 11. Take care of the Levites, foreigners, widows, and orphans. Guidelines for future kings. Deuteronomy 17:14. 20 states that rulers must write and read the law every day and refrain from pursuing riches, a large royal family, or military might. Prophecy of a coming prophet. Deuteronomy 18:15-19. God promises to raise a prophet like Moses, which is later understood as a prophecy about Jesus, recorded in Acts 3:22. Blessings and curses, chapters 27-30. Israel's choice. Moses sets before Israel a choice: blessing for obedience or curse for disobedience. Deuteronomy 27:11-26. Israel is to proclaim blessings from Mount Gerizim and curses from Mount Ebal when they enter the land. Deuteronomy 28:1-14 states that if they follow God's laws, they will have prosperity, victory, and peace. Deuteronomy 28:3-7. Curses for disobedience are found in Deuteronomy 28:15-68. If they rebel, they will face drought, disease, war, exile, and suffering. Deuteronomy 28:36-37, 64, 66. Many of these curses foreshadow Israel's future exile under Babylon and Rome. Call to choose life. Deuteronomy 30:15-20. I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Now choose life, so that you and your children may live. Deuteronomy 30:19. Moses reminds them again of their prior rebellion, emphasizing the need to obey God's law. Moses sings a prophetic song about Israel's future rebellion and God's justice. Moses blesses the tribes. Deuteronomy 33:1-29. Like Jacob's blessing in Genesis 49, Moses blesses each of the 12 tribes before his death. God allows Moses to see the promised land from Mount Nebo, but not enter it. Deuteronomy 34:1-4. Moses dies on Mount Nebo. Deuteronomy 34:1-12. The final chapter ends with a tribute. Since then, no prophet has risen in Israel like Moses, whom the Lord knew face to face. Deuteronomy 34:10. The ceremony at Mounts Gerizim and Ebal dramatizes this choice. Before dying on Mount Nebo, Moses saw the promised land from afar. That must have been a very intense and personal moment, as he spent 80 years of his life wandering in the desert, either in fear of Egypt or in a difficult leadership position with Israel. He was 120 years old when he passed. And finally, Joshua leads Israel into Canaan. Deuteronomy 34:5-9. Key themes in Deuteronomy include the correlation between obedience and blessings, God's covenant love, the call to love and fear God, and the prophecy of a coming prophet. So there you have it, folks. Deuteronomy is a powerful reminder of God's faithfulness and the importance of obedience. This wraps up our study of the Torah, also known as the 5 books of Moses, or in Christendom the Pentateuch. Thank you for watching The Non-Prophet. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more video shorts of other books in the Bible.